Hey YouTubians! We talk a lot on this channel about what it means to be an introvert and, being introverted and that whole thing. But there's so much value that extroverts add to our lives, and ultimately, all the different types are here because they're all needed in this world. So, I'm going to talk about the 10 benefits of dating an extrovert based on my experience, my observations, and just good old plain common sense. Okay? Let's dive right in. Okay, the number one thing I love about dating an extrovert is that they can do all the talking and be the relationship representative. So if, as someone that has been in a relationship before, often people come up to you, people talk to you. You have to talk to waiters, you have to talk to parents, you have to talk to all sorts of people. You become like a little business unit when you're in a relationship. And the best part about being with an extrovert is that they will happily take on that role of doing all the talking, which relieves all the pressure off of me. And I don't have to drain myself in just mindless chatter and small talk with random aunts and people that I don't really care about. That's what I love about being with an extrovert. They can do things like talk to weird Mormons or something like that come up to you in the street and you're like, oh my God. And if you were by yourself, you would give a little smile, but that was kind of awkward, like, and just kind of like run away. But your extrovert will do that for you. They'll do that for you. They love that small talk. They live for that shit. Are you kidding me? Number two. Okay, so one thing I know about me is that if you're with me, I'm just trying to stay inside. A lot of times, like right now, it's freaking snowing crazy in New York. I want to go nowhere. I will Netflix and chill by myself. I will PMS and chill by myself. Okay? So, one thing I love about extroverts is that they will get me out of my house and like they'll plan these things. Like I remember they're like, no, we're going to do this on this day and this on that day. And I love them taking that sort of control because that takes the pressure off me. And honestly, if it's up to me, I don't know, you would just find me in my house like all day. I would never fucking go anywhere. Number three, they huge roster of friends they can pick out of their book that they can hang out with, which puts less pressure on me because we already know that like they're trying to go out all the time. They're trying to meet new people. And I'm like, not trying to do that. So if I'm like, I'm tired today, I don't want to, do whatever. I don't want to meet anyone new. They're like, okay, so I'll just hang out with such and such. Okay. Number four, you don't have to worry about an awkward first date. Like, I know I'm kind of quiet. When I first meet somebody, I'm super quiet. But they're the ultimate chatty patties, like, so they're not gonna make it awkward for you because they're gonna be talking their head off. Like, they're gonna talk so much that you're gonna kind of like zone out and you're gonna be like, I wonder if he's still talking, and he is still talking. And you're like, oh shit, I should add some, yeah, okay. Number five, so you kind of get a whole new network of, I have to laugh at myself sometimes. You get a whole new network of people that you can, talk to and say that they're your friends because they already have a huge network of people, which can be beneficial to you. Like most likely the super extroverts, and out there if you're a super extrovert, like they know everybody. Like I'm a budding screenwriter, and if I'm dating an extrovert guy, he's very likely to know a guy who knows a guy who did the boom mic on the last Kevin Bacon film. You got that reference right there. So you can definitely get that sort of networking work done within them because they know everybody. Like they know everybody on some level. Like if you ever look at an extrovert's Facebook page, you probably already have 79 mutual friends and you never even met this guy before, but yet he knows everyone you know and he's from Oregon. It doesn't even make any sense, but that's the life of being with an extrovert. They know everybody. You're gonna know everything about them. They're gonna open up to you. Probably they're gonna do this sort of thing where they have like an introduction where they'll call you and tell you their life story or whatever they've rehearsed about it for like a half hour. And that's awesome because I don't have to guess and I don't have to ask because they're gonna tell you everything about their life story. And it's cool. I like people that'll take that pressure off of me for me. You know, it's great to have that pressure taken off. Another thing that's really cool is that they will call you instead of just texting incessantly. Like one thing that really, really bothers me is I've dated guys before where all they want to do is text. Like they just want to text and text and text and text and text and text and text. One thing about me, I actually hate text. I'd rather talk on Facebook Messenger. or talk on the phone. Like that's like my mode of communication, Facebook Messenger and talking on the phone. So one thing that's really cool about being with an extrovert is that they will actually put that time in to call you, which is awesome. Flexible and very, very adaptable. So let's say we were gonna go to the moment this weekend, but my sister and my aunt and my nephew came into town and I have to take them everywhere with me. And I'm just gonna ask you, can we fit them in your car? Are you okay with that? Most likely they'll be like, yeah, the more the merrier. Whereas me on the other hand, I'm like, do we have to bring those people? They're like, bring it on. I know on my end, the extrovert guys get along so well with their mom and other family members. Like they're super nice and charming, and they'll have little anecdotes and little random jokes that they've stored. And that's great because my mother's an extrovert, so she loves that. When I have brought introvert guys home, like she just kind of feels like, why aren't they talking? Why aren't they chatty like me? Which is like an ongoing problem if you already know you're not super chatty, especially with strangers. But for me, what I try to do as an introvert is I try to go out of my way to be super nice and happy and whatever if I meet a guy's mom, because it's really important to make a really good connection with the person's parent if you're going to be dating their kid. Like, that's pretty important. Lastly, and the best part is that they are fun and they're going to get you out of your head and get you out of just kind of, being at home all the time. And if you're like me and you're just doing work all the fucking time and just doing homework, they're gonna be like, no, we're going out. We're gonna go out. We're gonna have drinks. We are gonna have a good time. And that's great, because if it was up to me, we're not going anywhere. We're just gonna stay inside. I'm not gonna put that energy to go outside, but they're gonna get you out and to have a lot of fun. So if you have any other things to add that are awesome about dating extroverts as an introverted person, let me know in the comments. And yeah. Be safe in that snow.